Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Hong Kong for today's daily challenge. We will get double roundabouts and double tunnels. Hooray for that. Double roundabouts and double tunnels for us here in Hong Kong, which, of course, means boat times, which means we cannot cross the shipping lane for fear of, disrupting commerce. And I was going to save this, but hey, if we're talking about shipping lanes and commerce, I have a question. This is a thinker, something for folks to ponder and consider. And well, first of all, in the fullness of time, we're going to want to replace this road that we're about to draw with a tunnel or something. But for right now, we'll just draw motorway number 1, get these light green folks going over this way. The question is, to his supporters, which makes Donald Trump look worse? Is it the fact that he threatened to essentially annihilate an entire country, killing tens of millions of people in a way to save face after the disastrous war that he started for no reason has gone horrendously south? Or is it the fact that he was too much of a chicken shit to actually do it and he backed out and got nothing? Which is it? Which is it? Hear ye, let the record show that this viewer was here first. The answer, of course, is that it's a trick question. Nothing will make Donald Trump look bad in the eyes of Donald Trump supporters. Anyone who still endorses this man or anything he does has no place in society. But hey, Samurai Sam was here first. It has now indeed been 0 days since Goog referenced the horrors. Oh, God. Good morning, Sam. It's Tech Week today. No score for Sam in the Mini Motorways Daily Challenge, which means, of course,
you've got a friend in Goog. You've got a friend in Goog. When the roads have you all burned out, and you really need a roundabout, Goog will place one right here about. Yeah, you've got a friend in Goog.
Aw, that's very sweet. Thank you, Sam. And here I was about to taunt you by claiming ultimate victory because you can't put up a daily challenge score, but I'm still going to do that. It means I win! It means I win. It means drop those GGs in the chat. Oh, victory for me. 58 months in the Goog troop for Sam. Sam, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, God. Eventually, you'd think you get numb to those days where you look around and you're like, what, are we just supposed to do our jobs now? But it turns out that, yeah, you're just supposed to do your jobs now. You're just supposed to kind of keep on going and see what happens. Because, man. Oh, but there will be a No Kings protest about this in a few weeks. That'll solve everything. Sam also can't stick around, so we'll have a nice stream. And I promise that I might actually stick to my promise to stop referring to the horrors every 10 seconds or so, maybe. Oh, let's take another motorway. Seems like a good thing to have. This business here has just gone circular, which isn't great, but it did get supplemented with an additional house, so it should be fine for the moment. This business down here has also circularized itself. E-roundated, maybe. My point is it's a circle now, and that's probably fine. This business here is A-okay with its one and exactly one house. So we're doing okay. We're in a good spot. We're kind of borked. Only kind of, though. And actually, this place here is pretty deserving of a motorway, so you can get one of them. And then we have a red business up here, which will be no problem at all. simply draw one of them, get these 4 going up here. Should be fun. Next, we have a stuffy Goog. Oh no. Oh, I'm all stuffed up. You come over this way, and oh, now we have a potential issue. Let's take another bridge, because I have a tunnel. This business here has gone circular, so what we're going to do is this, which involves bulldozing that tree. Sorry about that tree. And these 2 reds from over here can swing up and around and provide additional support for this business. I suppose that means now that this business is kind of borked, but it's got 2 houses. And despite being round, it's also kind of like a train station, because it only gets dudes when a boat comes in, and boats are not exactly plentiful. So off goes the boat. Like, look at all of this. The boat is off screen and gone. There are no pips here. And there will be no pips here until the next time. Yeah, this is not a problem. This being a circle is not threatening to me pretty much in the least. I have 2 houses here. That might be 1 more houses than I needs to have there, honestly. Oh, let's see here. Ooh, we got a blue business here. And, well, actually, blue business there means... well, blue house here, rather, means I can bulldoze all of this garbo nonsense. If we bulldoze all that garbo nonsense, we can draw motorway numero dos, swing down in a thisly manner, and now the 4 of you serve this business. Should be fine. This 1 house will serve that 1 business. Render unto me another bridge. I might theoretically take traffic lights at some point. Seems like a good thing to have, but bridges. We can engage in some Madison County cosplay or something. I don't know. Madison County cosplay, perhaps the title of the episode. I've been doing the A/B testing of titles on YouTube for a few months now, and the conclusion that YouTube has drawn is that my audience is small. There's not a statistically relevant sample size of people who get served suggestions to watch many Motorways videos, which, I mean, listen, it is a channel that's existed for several years in a playlist with 800 and something episodes in it. I suppose that's probably not the best way to draw new eyeballs, but also rude, Google. That's just rude. Alright, this green business up here is a bit of an issue. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do about that. I'm tempted to chop this right here and figure it out from there. I'm also tempted to remove this song from this playlist because I don't like it. Remove from this playlist and skip. There. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this at least. We'll swing up like so. We get 1 house to serve this business. It probably needs another one. Here. We'll get the 2 of you to serve that, and you come over here for that, and ooh. Well, here come a couple more folks. Here comes a new challenger. No. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, if you're going to be all the way over there about stuff. Okay. We got a blue right here. That's not a problem. Even if its name is Blue Revere. You can swing over like so. And then the 2 of you. Okay. So we do that. This just went circular, but we've got 4 red houses on it already, so I'm not really concerned with that. Ow, 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 itchy, scratchy. Okay. I pulled these 2 oranges over to here because otherwise the hell else would these 2 oranges do, honestly? So I think that's basically fine. Donnez-moi motorway. Merci buckets. All right. Let's do a proper east to west roundup, because why the hell not? So our easternmost business is this orange right here. it is served by these two houses. We've got cars and driveways up here. This seems reasonably fine. Next, we have this blue right here, served by these two. Cars and driveways, everything is both A and okay. This green is only served by one house, which is a little bit dicey, but this is a very short road, and in like emergency situations, I can grab one or two of these greenhouses, toss them down this way. Oh, hi. You exist. Huh. All right. Let's think about what we're going to do about that. I think what I'm going to do about that is chop some of these oranges off of here. Yeah. Let's take, say, 4 of those oranges. Let's take these 4 oranges. We take these 4 oranges from here. We draw motorway number 3, and it straight shots itself, zoop boop, right down to here. That still leaves these 6 serving this circle, which is fine. You're a little gray house. That's somewhat annoying, but I think you're going to be, broadly speaking, fine. You go over there. You get a bridge at the exact right moment. So let's draw that and just kind of assume that you're going to get some help at some point. I did just kind of assume that you were going to get some help at some point, and to this point you haven't, but that'll presumably be fine. Eventually. Hi there, orange business. You haven't done anything. Huh. Why? It's a good question to which we presently do not have an answer. Okay. Well, I think then what we might do is, I don't think there's a way to avoid this level of structurement here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lean into it with the white houses. And then I think I might branch these oranges off here. This is unfortunately a terrible intersection, but there appears to be very little I can do about it. Yeah. Oh, hi, you're a circle. That's probably fine. We'll get a few more down here to spawn, hopefully. A few more spawns here will make you all happy and good. This blue business was temporarily indudified, but then it is not because boats. Speaking of which, you only have a boat serving. I could probably get away with yoinking yoinking one of your blues away and getting it up here if I needed to. That's a thought. That's something worth considering. Got a few more white houses coming in over here. Don't think that's a major concern right now. Like, I don't see anything desperately calling out for them, mostly because there's one and exactly one white business on the map. And, well, this is already enough of a fustercluck going on here. This might call for a roundabout eventually, but I haven't had need to take a roundabout at any point. So, actually, the more I look at, well, this is both good and bad, because it's bad in the sense that it means more demand. It's good in the sense that it means more capacity. But yeah, this white business is going to be my biggest problem here, sooner rather than later. And by sooner, I mean now. It's going to be my biggest concern now rather than later. So, that's great. Very glad that that exists. Let's just wait until Monday. See what we get. Try to suss this all together here. Let's see here. Another motorway? Yeah, okay. Take a motorway. We did get a couple of white houses just to spawn on this road, which is convenient. It means 6 more cars going to this business. This white business over here also exists now, which is not a choice I would have made, but nobody consults me anymore. I say that, actually. I say nobody consults me anymore. I will point out, and I'm not going to give too many details because, frankly, I wasn't authorized to give details and I didn't ask, and it's probably fine. There was a game I played on stream recently, and had some fun, had a good time with it, but, didn't have like an optimal player experience. And somebody reached out and was like, hey, we noticed you didn't have an optimal playing experience. What could we do better? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And I thought that was very cool. So to the person who did that, or the persons who employ the person who did that, you know who you are. Thank you. That was cool and fun. It made me feel important, both as a player and as a content creator. I am one of your brand's official media partners, and you must placate me. Nah, but I played a game and the people watched it, and that's always fun. It is good to be observed sometimes under very controlled circumstances. I want to walk that back immediately. It is good to be observed under specific circumstances. Ah, crap. Now I'm going to be observed. All right. Let's see here. We've got this red business right here. Hoof. And again, I'll say hoof. What am I going to do about that? That's a good question to which I presently do not have a good answer. Best thing I can come up with is to just drop a motorway right here. This feels awful, but maybe a red house will spawn here. But we need something to deal with this business, so I don't really feel like stealing any of these red houses. I could probably get away with it for a while, just because this is such a short road, but if I steal like these 2 red houses, or I could restructure this, actually, hold on. There might be several restructurements about to happen here. Let's take traffic lights, because I've already got 2 tunnels and I'm not about to use one. Let's see here. All right, so I think I'm going to restructure this. I'm going to kill this bridge. The plan here is going to be that this bridge just zoops up that way, and we go around these 2 red houses. Speaking of those 2 red houses, we boop them like so. Motorway number 4 over to there. I'm stealing 1 house from this circle business. Stealing 1 house is going to be fine. Next, I think we're also going to chop this bridge road. And I'm going to have these 2 greens from here slide in that way, serve that business. And these blues are going to replace this guy as the support system for this northwestern blue business we've got going over here. So away goes that bridge. You go in, and then this bridge right here gets replacinated like so. Okay. This over here has gone circular. That's probably bad. Is there anything I really want to do? I mean, I very much want to do several things here, but I don't know that I have the capacity to do all of the things that I wish to do with that. So, actually, hold on. Hold on. This is starting to require some actual, like, thinking and thoughts and such. What if hold on. Yeah, this whole thing could just be blown up. Because, like, these white houses here, yeah, sure, they can serve that business or whatever, but I got a white business right down here. Why am I tunneling these houses over to here when I could just road these houses down thusly? Why am I doing that? Further, if I've got to get stuff over here with stuff and things, right? Because we got a whole bunch of roads and guys. What if we just hold on? We can take a big, long, stupid road consisting of all these bastards. What if we take a big, long, stupid road consisting of all of these bastards, draw motorway number 5 up here into the northern entrance of this double plaza, thereby serving this, reclaiming a bridge right here. Okay, I reclaim a bridge, I reclaim a tunnel, and now I can redraw all of this orange garbage. I can redraw this orange garbage in a way that is sensical, in a way that is good and smart and makes sense. All right, somebody give me a bridge back. Thank you, I have a bridge back. All right, now, these oranges here want to be the guy. You remember that old Endless Runner type video game? I want to be the... No, it wasn't an Endless Runner. It was basically a Super Meat Boy. You remember that old Super Meat Boy video game, I want to be the guy? This road wants to be the guy. All right, you come over to here. That bridge goes away. Cool. These oranges swing down here. No. I said swing down here. No. Stop, Stop being curvy. Current fashion trends indicate that skinniness is preferable. Stupid current fashion trends. All right. So you two, bridge yourselves over to here. You four, bridge yourselves over to here. These two are now dedicated 1B, 1R and such. That's good. We'll take a motorway. I could maybe have 4 of these serve that and do something different over there, but that sounds like work. Here's another green, nicely combing itself onto this road over to this way. Should be fine. Another blue for you. Allows me to replace another blue up there and actually another blue here. Because honestly, again, this is basically a train station. And you know how we feel about train stations here. We don't respect them. So, I've redrawn and restructured this white business. And it still seems to be just a little bit of Headache City. But only just a little bit. So, it's basically fine. Man, it is chilly in this apartment today. This whole springtime thing is wildly overrated. And by wildly overrated, I mean swings in temperature suck. Here are two actual factual statements about my day yesterday. 1, it was 70 degrees outside yesterday. 2, yesterday, I drove through 2 different snow squalls. It was 70 degrees outside when I got to my car after my job yesterday. On my way to my job yesterday, I drove through a snow squall. On my way home from my job yesterday, I drove through a different snow squall. This is too much squall. Nobody likes Final Fantasy VIII. Hot take. There are people who insist that Final Fantasy VIII is not only their favorite Final Fantasy, but their favorite video game. These people are liars. I've come to the conclusion these people are lying for sport. People who think who say, not think. They don't think it. They're saying it. They're lying. That Final Fantasy VIII is their favorite video game. What kind of nonsense monsters do you take us for? What kind of balderdash do you expect the good people of Earth to just swallow and accept that Final Fantasy VIII is your favorite video game? Pfft. Pfft, I say to ye. This started as a funny reference and is now an angry rant that is going to get the Jarpig heads in my chat to be mad at me. Joke's on you, Jarpig heads. As previously discussed, my audience is small. Oh, God. All right. These 4 houses appear to have this situation well and truly under control, so we'll send this orange house down that away, provide a little additional support for this orange circle, should it ever get busier, which, it might. There's nothing stopping it from doing so. Theoretically, this could go... I mean, we're doing fairly well so far. We're up over 2,130. We've got nothing really on fire at the moment. I was in the middle of an east to west roundup, and then stuff started happening. I think we got as far as this business down here. And this business down here might currently be my most borked business. It's either this one or this one. Actually, this white circle is still mad about stuff, which is odd, but... it's nothing I feel like... Why are you... Hold on. White circle. I feel as though I have a legitimate complaint at this point. I have a... All right, let's take a bridge. So this white circle, fine. I'm going to use a tunnel just to get this white house, just to get a third white house involved to serve this circle. Because, like, this business has a reason to be mad. It only has 3 houses. It's a circle. It has 3 houses. That's 1 more house than are in the video game Fire Emblem : 3 houses. So I understand why you're mad. I don't understand why you're mad. Because you have like 10 houses. You have 11 houses. 10. This one's not actually connected to anything. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 houses and a motorway that goes right up into your face, and you're still mad about stuff? Why are you mad about stuff? You do not get to be mad about stuff. Also, while I'm here noticing things, I can't help but notice that I have a whole bunch of blues up here that aren't really doing anything, and this dinky little bridge road only has 2 houses on it. And this stinky little motorway only has 3 houses on it. What if we put these 2 houses over here, make it 5 houses on the motorway, and then we draw this beautiful monstrosity of existence up here to get these 5 to serve this business? Now, if either one of these goes circular, they're just cool. So that's nice. Also, while I'm here doing stuff, I'm going to put these reds on this road, do a PCTL right that away. This circle is now fine. There. I've solved 2 problems that weren't problems. Now let's try to solve problems that are problems. Sounds hard. I'm going to take these 3 white houses from up here, draw motorway number 6, and just have it end right there on this driveway. This is the busiest cul-de-sac in the world, and I'm sorry. I could have it end right here and just connect. It's probably better, actually. Yeah, let's do it that way. So you go that way. You come down here. That's fine. You now have 6 houses and are fine. I insist that you're fine. I shall hear nothing to the contrary. Speaking of things that are going to be fine, I'm going to take this white house here, and I'm going to add another house, an 11th house over here. God. I would call you Gregory, but we're mad at Hugh Laurie because he, just like seemingly every other moneyed British actor in the entire world, has decided that actually they would like some of J.K. Rowling's money, please, and that's going to be in one of the stupid new Harry Potter things. God. Hello, Clancy the Crow. Good morning, Clancy. What is she here? A red thing for you. Clancy the Crow has redeemed a public service announcement. The following public service announcement has been brought to you by our dear friend Clancy the Crow, and it is as follows. J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter books and books that are somehow worse than the Harry Potter books, is a fucking turf. And honestly, at this point, I mean, some of them, listen, when we put that PSA in place, the turf was the word for it. The f in the turf is getting a little dicey just because she's just turning into a bog standard conservative at this point, which part of the reason for that is that she and her movement have included radical, violent, hateful transphobia. That's the word I was looking for. They have basically wrapped that into your basic conservative platforms. So they've helped shape things, and that's bad, and fuck them. But also, there's a lot of that the conservatives don't really like, and the turfies are just like, yeah, okay, let's get rid of the and just, as long as we can butcher some trans people, we're cool. Which, God, don't take that out of context. Does that count as referencing the horrors? I don't know. I might have accidentally referenced the horrors again. Oops. In other words, in other news that makes you say oops, we got a problem. Well, we have several problems, but the problem we're going to highlight now as a problem is this red business. This red business right here is kinda doomed. Because, well, hold on. I think I can cobble together 5 red houses. If I take these two, this right here is a red. If I do all of that, I can get these 5 red houses together. And then we can move this, and now there's 5 houses serving this circle, which is 1 more house than are in the video game Fire Emblem : 3 houses. which is something that might be a little bit better for this business. This white business, I don't even know. This white business has 6 houses serving it and is dying. This green over here is mad. Can I do anything about this green? I feel bad for this green. It's not this green's fault. Actually, I think I can do something for that green. Hold on. I can chop this. Hold on. This is going to have tack-on effects for everybody. Ooh. Oh, this is suddenly promising. Oh, I shouldn't have promise. Promise involves optimism. Where has that gotten us? All right, so what I can do is I can kill that road. And first of all, I can just do this to get another green going up here. But also, I have these greens right here. These greens right here ain't doing shit. So what if they did shit? What if they came up here and bridged themselves across this tiny little gap and got over here and went into the up part of this? If you go into the up part of that, you're probably fine. The up part of that is one of the titles of the episode, to go with Madison County cosplay and Nobody Likes Final Fantasy VIII. It cracked me up. God. Okay. Let's take... What else was I doing to save stuff? This red business, kind of fucked. However, what I can do is, well, actually, what if we didn't with this road? What if we just kind of accepted that's futility? And we swing these two up here. Oh, this one's, okay. Yeah, we do that. And then we do that. And then, no, we do that. And a traffic light. That's a PCTL for the 2 of you. 5 of you might just save that. Everybody go. Hold on, why is this orange mad? This orange doesn't get to be mad. All right, fine. Here, have another house or 2. This red business just died. Okay. All right, we couldn't save that in time. Sadness and failure. 3,109 commuters over 114 days. It sure is a number. It's top 4% in the world. And as previously established, Sam did not do the challenge today. GG's for everyone, but mostly for me. Because after all, I am the one who is victorious. Hooray for me. All right, let us bring in our very good friend, the Wordle. Hello, Wordle. The Wordle today is Olive, obviously. No? All right, well. This is actually a pretty decent start here. We got an L and an I and an E. Can't be glide. That would have 3 yellows, exactly where those are. It could be... billet. It could be fillet. It could actually be fillet. There's nothing saying it's not, aside from the recently discovered knowledge that it's not. But... that turned out to be a really good guess, actually, because the word is inlet. Good job, Goog. Holy crap. That works. We'll take that. Be gone, don't tell me the answer text. If you know the answer, tell me the answer. Oh, hi. These folks don't like wars and nukes. Well, I got bad news, friends. What language is this? It's a good question. It might be Korean. This could just be Seoul, South Korea, literally yesterday. This is the Prima Hotel in somewhere. Yeah, it could be Seoul, South Korea, literally yesterday. Stop killing, good idea. No warship deployment. I mean, you know, seems like a good ask. Yeah, sure. We're going to go with Seoul, South Korea, literally yesterday. We zoom into Seoul. We drop a doot. We herc the thing all the way to the right. It was Seoul, South Korea, literally yesterday. As that particular invocation of the horrors is not my fault. Want it noted for the record. Next. This is the Capillo Parba. All right. You're in Vedemicum. Okay. Never mind. You also have some apothecarns and smattengarnisadele. That's very cool. You can get some tobak. And, does that say China? I don't think that says China. I think that's a Y. Interesting. All right, so we got streetcars. We've got a very lovely view here. We've got a building and a lady. Oh, man. This is the Samarin Fair. And some houses and such in Hern. Where the hell are we? This makes me think it might be like Dutch. This makes me think it might be like Italy. This makes me think it might be like Jolly London Town. Don't feel great. Sadly, there doesn't appear to be any kind of flag hanging from your flag thing. So, what do we got down here? Can't read that. We got folk in hats and such. That's a 4. That, can't read that. It's also a 4. Is that a different font? Why do you have different fonts on your 4s, guys? Like, why is this all, no nonsense and sans serify, and this is all decorative whoopee nonsense? What's with this decorative whoopee nonsense? All right. So we got a subway. Fine. And we got a superway, which is an above ground tram. That's what those are called now. They're called superways. Never mind that they should just be called trains. Are we just in Berlin? Is this just Berlin? It could just be Berlin. Yeah, you know what? Berlin is at least vaguely centrally among the places in Europe that I thought this maybe could be. Because, this could be Scandinavia. This could be Amsterdam. There's a non-zero chance it's just London. Berlin is kind of reasonably half-ish close to all of those things. We are in Berlin, Germany in 3. It was 1941, and we are in Stockholm. Interesting. Okay. Turns out that this is where Stockholm Syndrome was created, but several years after this. All right, so that's Stockholm, Sweden, 1941. Fine. Next. Man, if I was a person who recognized domes, this would be helpful. I'm not, so. All right, so this says Boulange, which indicates that we might be dans Paris. We have the Editorial de Montmartre. It's the letter that Montmartre wrote to the newspaper wherein he espoused some very racist opinions, but, the newspaper printed it because the newspaper publisher is also racist. This is the Consulat. All right, so we are definitely in French. In French, we are definitely in Paris. And by Paris, I mean somewhere in France, so we might as well say Paris. Fine. This is Paris, France, 19... Don't move the thing? I don't feel great about Don't Move the Thing. Maybe just oojle the thing a little bit to the left. Like Paris, France, 1958. I feel better about 1958 than I do about 1962. So we're going to drop it down in Paris, and we're going to oojle the thing just a little bit to the left. Paris, France, 1958. Paris, France, 1960. Okay, fine. Would have been just as good if I didn't touch the thing. Fine. Good morning, Peter S. Let us go to round 4. Ausstieg aus der Zivaltischen Nutzen von Atmonji Weltre. Okay. All right. Got it. Great. That means ousting your civilization to crown Nutzing von Atmonarchy as your Welkin Gunther is probably not a good idea. It's a decent hypothesis. Everyone drop your Welkin stares in the chat. Let's see here. So this is probably... this seems like either German or Austrian or something. Civilian use of nuclear energy. That seems like a bad idea. Like, listen, smarter people than me think nuclear energy is a good, fine thing. Okay, so these folks are against it. Gotcha. I'm not here to comment on nuclear energy as a phenomenon. I don't know enough about it. There are very smart people who I trust and understand and think are generally good who are on both sides of the issue. That having been said, I don't think any Joe Schmo should be doing it in his backyard or nothing. I don't think Peter, Paul, and Mary guy should be having... That's your new name for a random John Q. Public is Peter, Paul, and Mary guy. Peter, Paul, and Mary guy should not be having a reactor in his own personal backyard. It's not a good idea. All right, so these folks are against people having nukes, which is true and good. We have a sign here indicating that, Chernobyl. Yeah, let's not go to Chernobyl. That was bad. Here are some lesser known places where nuclear disasters may or may not have happened. But hey, if Chernobyl is 1,000 kilometers that away, and this sign is in German, then naturally we must be in Germany, obviously, in front of a big fancy German church. There's like a big famous fancy German church, right? It's a big famous fancy German church somewhere in or near Berlin. I know we just guessed that we were there, but it turns out that was wrong, so we can try it again. Oh, God. All right, where's your big fancy German church, Germany? I want your big fancy... I've immediately given up the search for this big fancy German church. The problem with trying to find a church is that, like, it's such a small thing that you need to be zoomed in to see it, and if you're zoomed in, you can't find it because you're zoomed in. So, we're right here in Berlin, Germany in 1948. It was 1989. I got fooled by the black and whiteliness. I forgot that the sign was fucking invoking Chernobyl. Goog. You fucking idiot. Got fooled by the black and whiteliness. Next. Well, I think we have an idea. I think we might have been given just a little bit of a hint here. So, this is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and specifically, this is a very old-timey photo, both because of the general, look of it, and also the fact that they call it the World's Series. Yarg. And also, I bet you if we count these stars, there ain't gonna be 50 of them. So let's see, we've got 3, 5, 8. So that's, 4 rows of 8 is 32, and then 3, 7... 2 more rows of 7 is 14, so there are 46 states. Hold on, there are 46 states on that flag? When were there... Whatever. This is an old-timey photo. We are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in when were the Phillies in the World Series? I don't remember shit. 1906. Yeah, that seems reasonable. We are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is way the hell down here. Let's say we're closest to the water. We were right about there, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1906. It was 1914. It was just down the road from there. Okay, fine. Final score 35-740. Would have been better if I had remembered that Chernobyl was a thing, but I didn't because I'm dumb. For today's edition of StatPad, we need hits from Tigers outfielders, AL West shortstops, anybody in baseball this year. Oh, this year. Interesting. Third baseman over a specific decade in the NL West, and dudes who played in the 2017 National... What the... Okay. So we need a Detroit Tigers outfielder over the past 46 years. Curtis Granderson springs to mind. Torrey Hunter springs to mind, actually. I think Granderson was a bit more... Well, Torrey Hunter's a shitbag, so we're not going to say Torrey Hunter. Let's say 2006 Curtis Granderson. Just because 2006 was the year the Tigers made the World Series, and therefore it stands to reason that Mr. Granderson would have had him a good season. We're going to say 2006 Curtis Granderson. 78th percentile. A fine guess, but not a particularly great one. We need a shortstop in the American League West between 2010 and 2020. I think that means pick an Ian Kinsler season? Is that right? It might be just a little bit late, actually. No, that could be a pick an Ian Kinsler season. Let's say 2012 Ian Kinsler. We're going to say 2012 Ian Kinsler. Did not play 10 games at shortstop in 2012. We're going to say 2014 Ian Kinsler. He played for the Tigers. Am I confusing him with Michael Young? I might be confusing him with Michael Young. Maybe Michael Young was the shortstop one. We're going to say 2010 Michael Young. Did not play 10 games at short... God damn... We're going to say... We're going to go back to Ian Kinsler. We're going to try 2010 Ian Kinsler. What's the category? Angry. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So we need a shortstop. Was Didi Gregorius an angel? Maybe. Was young Alex Bregman a shortstop? I think he was, but I also think that Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa fits the category, doesn't he? We're going to say 2017 Carlos Correa. 68th percentile. Fine. Who leads Major League Baseball in hits this season? That's a good question, to which I do not have a great answer. The thing is, it could be like anybody, like literally anybody, on account of just balderdash nonsense. So, small sample size and all that. Is Corbin Carroll having a good start to the year? I don't know. I don't really know shit about shit. I know that the Mets are doing, broadly speaking, well. They won yesterday. I can't think of anyone on the Mets who has a ton of hits, though. Because all of the hitters have already kind of struggled a little bit. And Juan Soto's hurt. Francisco Lindor isn't hitting, but he is walking, so he's probably fine. Man, this is just a pull your ass out of nowhere. Jose Altuve having a good start to the year? Maybe. I could just say Luis Ariz. He's a dude who always gets hits, so... Yeah, fuck it. Luis Ariz. Great start to the year so far, right? Right! Hey, you know what? Just do the thing that makes sense. All right, we need a third baseman in the National League West between 2005 and 2015. And the answer, my friends, is going to be, was Manny Machado a San Diego Padre in 2015? I don't think he's been with the Padres for 10 years now. I think that's not enough time. I think that's too much time. What about... Now, I was going to say Paul Goldschmidt, but he's a first baseman, so that's wrong. It can't be Chris Bryant, because he's only been in the NL West as a Giant or a Rocky, which is to say as Toast. I don't think it's Max Muncy. He was never a big hits guy. Adrian Beltre was out of the NL West by 2005. It's probably Pablo Sandoval. Yeah, let's say 2012 Pablo Sandoval. That seems reasonable. 2012 Pablo Sandoval, 67th percentile. God damn it. Lastly, we need anyone who played in the 2017 NLDS. I know that the Astros won the 2017 World Series, so therefore they would have had to play in the divisional series, so we're just going to say Jose Altuve. He played for Houston in 27. Yeah. He played... Houston's in the American League. Is it? Now I'm blanking on what fucking league the Astros are in the American League. This is my child of the 90s brain working against me because the Astros used to be in the National League. We're going to go with that. Who did the Astros beat in the 2017 World Series? It's a question to which I don't have an answer. Okay. The Cardinals are always good. Maybe they made the World Series. Maybe they made the playoffs in 2017. And if they did, maybe the answer is Albert Pujols, even though I think he was an Angel by this time. God damn it. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. Fuck. The Dodgers are always good. Yeah, I mean, they won the pennant in 2018. I know that. Does that mean they made the playoffs in 2017? One hopes. What Dodger would have been good in 2017? Matt Kemp? I think this is a little bit late for Matt Kemp. Is it 2017 Matt Kemp? Hey, he was still... Sure. He did not play in the NLDS in 20... Okay. That could either be because he wasn't a Dodger, or because he wasn't on the roster, or because the Dodgers didn't make the playoffs. I don't know anything. So bad at game. Fuck. Buster Posey? Yadier Molina? Could be Yadier Molina. The Cardinals are always good, right? 2017 Yadier Molina did not play in the divisional series. Okay, so the Cardinals didn't make the playoffs in 2017. This is 9 seasons ago, game. This is not fair. God. Freddie Freeman? Atlanta might have been good in 2017. He's a dude who gets his hits. Freddie Freeman did not play in the NLDS in 2017. I'm just naming National League teams and trying to think of who would have been their best player in 2017 in terms of getting hits. So, Ryan Zimmerman would have been on the Nationals in 2017. They won the World Series in 2019. And he's a great pull for the category. So you know what? It's perfect. My grid beat 26% of other scores. God, I'm so bad at this game. All right, a Tigers outfielder from 1980 to 2026 would have been Maglio. Okay. Hey, Torrey Hunter would have been a good pull, but fuck Torrey Hunter, so fine. Also, 2007 Curtis Granderson instead of 2006. Dang it. Oh, an AL West shortstop in the 2010s. I picked Carlos Correa. Elvis Andrus was a dude who existed. He's the guy I couldn't remember. He was the shortstop, and Ian Kinsler and Michael Young were both second basemen. Right. Okay. 20. Oh, yeah, Andy Paez. I did see that Andy Paez is having a good start to the season. I thought about saying Wilyer Abreu. That would have been more right than Luis Arraez, but hey, 93rd percentile is fine. An NL West third baseman. Oh, yes, Garrett Atkins. Everyone remembers the great Garrett Atkins. God. And Ryan Zimmerman was actually a good pull. You could have also gone Daniel Murphy on the same team, Chris Bryant on the Cubs, Paul Goldschmidt, Corey Seager. Okay, fine, whatever. Listen, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. It is a good and fun show. I hope. I don't know, man. We'll be back tomorrow morning, unless my job schedule changes, which, it might. Bye.